Hi everybody. Hey guys, hey Bonnie, welcome to your Open and Twist Sunday Flow. Hi Leah. Hey guys, welcome. My name is Laura. Oh, Simi, yay. Hey guys, I'm so excited to practice with you again on a Sunday. All we need today is a mat. I have some water nearby, you can grab some water as well. Hey. Maybe a pillow if you do have sensitive knees, and it will also offer a little bit of support in a hip opening pose we'll be doing. Hey guys. Hi Harumi. Let me know how the sound is, guys. Are we clear? Can you hear me? Hello. Hi. Someone want to send a thumbs up? Sound is good? Awesome, thank you. So we will begin in a comfortable seated pose in just a couple minutes. We've got 45 minutes to flow together. The flow today is called, hey guys, Open and Twist. Doesn't mean that we're going to do every single twist possible in the practice, but we will be doing a few twists and really focusing on opening up here, the chest area, the upper back. It's a good way at the end of the week to battle that couch slouch or that desk slouch. I know we've probably all been sitting more than we're used to. Hey, awesome. So again, you can just find your way into a comfortable seated position. It could be crossed ankles, you could be sitting on your shins or your cushion. Hi Debbie. Hi Erica. Oh, bless. Hey guys, we'll just give everybody 1 or 2 more minutes to join. I don't know how it feels to you guys. Does it feel like a long weekend, or are you guys feeling like it's just kind of like every other day at this point? Michelle, welcome. Amy, hello. Thanks for joining. So I try to keep these flows to all levels so that you guys can really play around with your practice, challenge yourself when you want to be challenged, or modify when that's what you need. I'll keep it music free from my end, so if you have a playlist that hopefully is non-lyrical so you can stay really focused and you can hear me, you can go ahead and put on your favorite tunes. Alright guys, let's get started. If people are hopping in a little bit later, that's totally cool as well. So comfortable seated position, resting palms face down or face up on your knees, and find a really tall spine here. Roll the shoulders down the back. Lean back a little bit more so the shoulders are over the hips rather than leaning forward. And with your eyes closed, connect a little bit more deeply to the breath, maybe for the first time today. As you breathe in and out your nose, feeling that filling up of the belly, the ribs, the chest, the back body, and the softening on the exhale. Can you relax your face a little bit more? The space between your eyebrows, the cheeks, your jaw. You might even practice Ujjayi breath here, gently restricting the muscles of the back of your throat so the breath is a bit more audible. You can hear that ocean-like sounds of your inhales, your exhales. Just a couple more moments here. You want to connect deeply to the breath, the way that it feels in your body, the way that it sounds, because ultimately the breath is the most important part of the practice. The breath will be the anchor to the present moment, to the here and now. So find your pace. And let's take one really deep breath together. Inhale through the nose. Feel the ribs flare out. Feel your back body get really full. Feel yourself get lifted. And then open your mouth, let out a big sigh. Come back to that wave-like sound of the breath. Blink your eyes open. On the inhale, reach your arms overhead. Then as you exhale, curl over to the right. The right hand comes down and left hand goes behind the head towards the right ear. So you're cradling your head. Press the left hip, the left knee down, and see if you can point left elbow up to the ceiling. You might even put a little bend in your right elbow, leaning further to the right side. Keep trying to roll the left shoulder back. Okay, take 2 more breaths. 1 more. Take a little push off of that right hand to lift you back up. Take both arms up overhead again. Inhale. Exhale, lean to your left and let the left hand touch the mat. The right hand goes behind your head towards the left ear. Push your head back into the right hand a little bit. Point your right elbow to the ceiling, maybe even your nose towards the ceiling. Keep the right hip heavy and you might bend your left elbow a little bit more. Big side bend. 2 breaths. In and out. Little push off of the left hand to lift you back up. Both arms go up. Inhale. Palms press together. Bring hands to heart center as you exhale. Make your way forward onto hands and knees. Tabletop. Walking the knees back. Spreading the fingers. You don't need to overdo it. Just have a good amount of space between your fingers, and the shoulders are about over the wrists. Cats and cows. Inhaling and exhaling to wave through the spine. Go ahead and take the body in all different directions. Child's pose is always a good option. Let it look a little bit silly or weird, but feel really good. Getting into all the nooks and crannies of the spine, that space between your shoulder blades. The chest. Okay, let's meet back in tabletop. Walk the hands forward, but keep the hips right over the knees for puppy pose. So keep crawling your hands as far forward as you can. Keep the elbows lifted off the mat. You might bring your forehead down to the mat like you would in child's pose, but hips are lifted over the knees. You can even tuck your toes to stretch the soles of your feet. Some of you really open through the chest might bring your chin down to the mat, and in that case, the inner arms, the forearms will touch. Breathe. Either variation, try to feel the shoulder blades melting together. A little bit of a lift underneath the armpits. I don't know why it's called puppy pose because I see my cats do this all the time. 1 more breath. Good. Then wherever you are, just look between the thumbs, bring the elbows down to the mat and glide onto your belly so the hip bones will touch the mat. Untuck your toes, Sphinx pose. Pressing through the tops of the feet, the chest is lifted up. Imagine dragging the elbows energetically back towards your hips. So again, you feel that squeezing of the shoulder blades together. The neck is long. Pull your belly button up and in. And we'll add a little bit of movement with the breath. Inhale here, shoulders squeeze down and back. Exhale, push into your elbows, push into your knees to lift your belly off the mat. Spread the shoulder blades like you would in cat. Bring your pelvis back down to the mat. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, lift the belly, the thighs off the mat, round the upper back. 1 more time. Inhale, chest opener. Exhale, modifying forearm plank. Hold, spread the shoulder blades, press through your elbows, tuck your toes, lift your knees off the mat. So pressing back through the heels, keep the elbows squeezing towards each other. Drop your heels over to the right. Come back through center. Drop your heels to the left. And we'll do that a few more times. And you can sync it with the breath. The exhale to twist. Inhale, reset in forearm plank. Exhale, drop the heels. Inhale, come back to your forearm plank. And find your personal rhythm here, however fast or slow you'd like to go, moving with your own breath. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Drop the pelvis back down to the mat. Let your chest touch down and take the fingertips off the edges of the mat in line with your chest. Big cobra. Peel your chest, your belly up. Inhale. Exhale, wave the chest back down to the mat. Again, inhale to lift up. Exhale, roll it back down. 1 more time. Inhale, big cobra. exhale, let that go. Swoop the arms back by your sides. Palms are facing towards the ceiling. Wiggle the legs a little closer together here. Float your feet off the mat, pointing the toes back. Float your hands by your side so they're hovering right next to your thighs. Lift your chest a little. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Press the ceiling away with the tops of your hands with your palms. And breathe. So don't worry about height here. Let's try to find length. Reaching back as far as you can through the toes, at the crown of the head. Even line from your heels to your head. So the front and the back body are equally lifted. Maybe you're feeling the triceps here, the backs of the arms firing as you press your palms to the ceiling. Breathe. Keep looking down at the mat to relax your neck. And let it all go. Turn to one cheek. Wiggle the hips a bit from side to side. Whew. Nice, guys. Look forward. Bring the hands by your sides and press back for a moment here to child's pose. Hips to heels, the forehead touches the mat again as the arms stretch out long. Rounding through the lower back. Lift your head off the mat, walk your hands over to the right for a moment here. Left hand can go on top of the right. Drop your forehead between your arms. It's okay if the head is not touching the floor. Take another breath here. And then go all the way to the left. Hands walk through center, off the left side of your mat, right palm on top of left if you can, and drop the head between the arms. Take another breath. Walk the hands back through center, downward facing dog, fingers spread. Lift the belly away from your thighs, then tuck your toes. Lift your hips up high. Feel the knuckles of the index finger and the thumb grounding down here. Little grip with the fingertips. The forearms are lifted and the armpits are squeezing in towards each other, and jog out the legs. Right and then left. Make sure the head is relaxed between your arms. You're just looking back. Find stillness in your downward facing dog. Shift forward to a high plank. Pressing through the balls of the feet. You might need to lengthen your stance, walking the hands forward. And then bend the knees a bit. Downward facing dog, right back. Come forward, inhaling, plank pose. Exhaling, down dog. One more time, inhale, plank pose, pause. Lower the knees down to the mat, Chaturanga. Bend the elbows, come into your tricep push-up. Flip to the tops of the feet, cobra pose. Inhale, or up dog, lifting the pelvis and the thighs. Tuck toes or roll over your feet. Right back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Let it out. We'll flow that one more time, a little bit more fluidly with the breath. Press forward through the feet. High plank, inhale. Maybe the knees stay lifted as you exhale, lower Chaturanga, but remember you can always modify. Up dog or cobra, inhale to lift your heart, pull the shoulders back. Downward facing dog, exhale. Bend the knees generously here. Step the toes behind your wrists, keeping the feet hips distance. Forward fold, grab a hold of opposite elbows. Again, knees really, really bent. Belly to thighs. Gentle sway from side to side. Back of the neck relaxed. And as you sway from side to side, lift one elbow high and then the other. So you are getting a little bit of a twist going on through the torso. Pulling the belly button back towards the spine. Good. Release your fingertips down. Take a slow roll up the spine. So try to ragdoll the upper body here. Arms, head, and shoulders are curling down to the mat for a moment as you straighten out through the legs. Then tucking the tailbone a little bit. Upright the spine. Shoulders roll back and lift your head last. Good, feet are still hips distance apart. I'll turn to face you guys. Reach the arms overhead, palms facing forward, and hook one thumb in front of the other. It doesn't matter which one. We'll get to the other side in a moment. Keep spreading the fingers. Think about pulling the thumbs away from each other. Inhale, lift up as high as you can, press through your feet. Lean to your right as you exhale. And breathe. Keeping the opposite foot, your left foot, really heavy. A little bit of a squeeze of the butt and tuck of the tailbone so that we don't go into a back bend here. And then lift back through center. Switch, opposite thumb in front. Again, whichever one you didn't do already. Inhale, reach the fingertips. Exhale, lean to your left. Aligning the arms with your ears. Keeping the opposite foot, right foot heavy. Try not to let those ribs flare out. One more breath. Lift back through center. Inhaling. Little bend in the knees. Exhale, take the arms apart and swan dive the chest, the belly, the head down to the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale, bring the hands up to your shins. Exhale, folds down. When the fingertips touch the mat, step the right foot to the back of the mat and lower your right knee down. Low lunge, reach your arms up. Left knee over left ankle. You might be cushioning up that right knee. You can also have the back toes tucked under for more balance. Go ahead and bend your elbows in line with your shoulders. We'll call this cactus arms. Roll the shoulders back, lift your chest. Inhale. Then exhale, chin to chest. Press the elbows and palms together and think about curling inward. Open up again. Inhale, cactus arms. Exhale, closing off, round the upper back. Palms and elbows press. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Release the fingertips down on either side of the front foot. Lift the back knee off of the mat. Hop your back foot in a few inches here. Make sure the feet are hips distance apart instead of one behind the other. Then go ahead and straighten the front leg, pyramid pose. Lift your hips up and back like you would in downward facing dog. That front knee can still be a little bit bent if you need it to be. Maybe you lift the front toes away from the mat, getting deeper into that left calf, pointing left toes to the ceiling. Reach your chest forward. So think long back here. Drop your right hip down, left hip pulls back. Breathe. Bend your left knee, walk the fingertips forward and step the right foot forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Come all the way up to standing. Press through the legs, arms stretch above you. Inhale. Right back into your forward fold. Exhale, take the arms wide. Half lift again. Inhale, lifting up through the core. Fold over your legs as you exhale. Fingertips down. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Lower your left knee down. Reach your arms up. Low lunge. You might even sneak the right foot forward so we have knee over ankle here. If you need to, left knee is on your cushion. Bend your elbows. Cactus the arms. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your heart to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest like you're closing off. Palms and elbows meet in front of your chest. Inhale, open up. Exhale, curl in. One more time. Inhale, breathe it open. Exhale, curl it in. Release the fingertips down on either side of the front foot. Lift your back knee off the mat. Hop the foot in a couple inches here. Then lift the hips, straightening your front leg to the best of your abilities. And then left hip down, right hip pulls back, maybe lifting the front toes away from the mat. So flexing that front foot, getting deeper into the calf. Pull the heart forward towards the top of the mat, even coming up onto fingertips if you can. Breathe. One more. Front knee bends again. Walk your fingertips forward. Left foot steps forward. Feet are hips distance. Halfway lift. Inhale. Folding it down as you exhale. Stay low this time. Walk your feet a little bit wider. Toe heel the feet towards the edges of the mat. Toes out, heels in. Then sink your hips down for our malasana, our froggy squat. The arms are to the insides of the legs. So you guys stay facing the top of the mat. I'll turn to face you here. Right fingertips reach off to the right side. The back of the right arm is to the inside of the right knee. Then like you're holding an elastic band with the right hand, grab it with the left. Pull the band across your chest with the left hand. And then reach it all the way up. Press the left knee back. Lean the chest up and back to the left. If it's more relaxing for the neck, you can always look sideways or down. You don't have to look at that top hand. Take another breath here. Good. Release the left hand down, fingertips in front of your chest. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Lower your right knee down. Make sure the left toes are still facing the left side of the mat, and so is the left knee, same direction. Right fingertips underneath the right shoulder, reach your left hand forward. Then like you're doing a backstroke, roll your left shoulder back, reach it back behind you. And again, swim the left arm forward and reach it back behind. And keep going here. Just a few more seconds, finding your own backstroke rhythm. Notice every time you swim the hand back behind you, you're also opening your chest to the left. And for the last time you reach back, hold. You can stay right here, pressing the mat away with the right hand rather than sinking into that right shoulder and wrist. Maybe some of you curl that back foot in towards your left hand and you catch the pinky toe edge of the back foot. If that's way too much for the right knee and quad, don't worry about it. Just keep reaching back. Remember, push the mat away with that right hand. More lift, more space to twist. One more breath. Good. If you have the back foot, release it. Both hands to the inside of the front foot. Lift the back knee off the mat. Rock your hips back and forth a couple times here, pressing through the ball of that back foot. And then press forward and step the right foot around the right hand. Sink your hips down again. Malasana, our yogi squat. Toes out, knees pointing in the same direction. Left arm reaches over to the left side, the back of the left arm to the inside of the left knee. Grab that elastic band that's in the left hand with your right hand. Pull across the arm, across your chest, all the way open. Lean back. And again, if it's more comfortable for the head, you can keep that big lean of the chest and still look down. Last breath. Good. Fingertips come down in front of your chest. Left foot steps back. Lower the left knee down to the mat. Right toes, right knee are angled out to the right side. Left fingertips underneath left shoulder. Right arm swims forward. Back stroke back behind you. Right arm swims forward. And swim it back. And then we know the drill now that we've done it on one side. Keep going a few more rounds on your own. If you're starting to get really dizzy looking back, remember the head does not need to be involved in the twist. You can keep your gaze sideways or down and still find that revolve. Last one, keep reaching back with the right hand. Staying right here, or maybe some of you again bending the back knee or catching the pinky edge of the back foot and pulling it in towards you. Left hand presses the mat away, opening up the space between the left shoulder and the left ear. Melting the hips down to the mat. Big opening for the front of the left hip. Last breath. Good. If you had that back foot, release it. Fingertips come down underneath your chest. Lift the back knee off the mat with the back toes tucked under. Rock your hips forward and back. Ooh. Nice. And then one big push off of the back foot to step the left foot around the left hand, toes out, heels in. This time, instead of sinking the butt down, butt in line with your knees, reach the arms in front of your chest. Oh, and immediately you might feel a tremble of the legs. So a really active squat. Lift up through the chest a little bit more. Maybe see if you can sink the butt down so it's truly in line with your knees. Can you lift your toes away from the mat? So we're digging down through the heels. Ooh. You should feel a bit of a vibration going on in your inner thighs. Can you pull your belly back again? Good for 3, 2, on 1. Plant your palms down. Your choice, yogis, how you'd like to make your way back through a flow. You can step right back to your plank or modified plank. Take your vinyasa. Maybe some of you, since we're in position, are leaning the knees to the backs of the arms and you're taking your crow pose, heels to butt, and then shooting it back or stepping it back. Vinyasa. Maybe none of that sounded good to you and you do your own thing. You just step it right back, downward facing dog. Jog the legs out for a moment here. Take a deep breath. If you need to, you might grab some water. Hope we're doing good out there. We'll flow in just a moment. As you're ready, lift the left leg high. Bend the knee and open the hips so the left knee points to the ceiling. Left foot drops behind you. Square your chest off towards the mat. Even weight in both hands. Breathe. Keep your left knee bent. Send it across to the upper right arm twist. Now you can stay here on the ball of the back foot, or you can extend the left leg out to the left side, so you're on the, or right side I should say. You're on the pinky toe edge of the left foot. Back heel spins flat like a warrior. Right arm up, fallen triangle. Breathe. Maybe some of you are practicing lifting that left leg away from the floor. Good, right hand down, foot was lifted. Everyone send left leg straight up and back. Three-legged down dog. Then curl the knee into your chest and step it between your hands. Small bend in the back knee. Again, feet are hips distance apart. Rise the arms up. High lunge. Right away, we'll bend and cactus the arms. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your chest up. Inhale. This should be familiar. Exhale, palms and elbows come together, leaning forward. Inhale, open it up. Lean back. Exhale, leaning the chest forward. Palms and elbows touch. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Spin the back heel flat. Warrior two. Right arm reaches back. Left arm reaches forward. Straighten the front leg for just a moment. We'll get out of that left quad. Can you widen your stance just a touch? Take the hands behind your head. Press your elbows back. Bend the front knee again. Whew, my cat just sneezed. Bless you. Lean back. Point your left elbow to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward. Point your right elbow to the ceiling. Inhale, lean back. Keep the elbows opening wide. Exhale, lean out over the front thigh. Right elbow points up. One more time. Inhale. You should feel the side body working here. Exhale, lean forward. Right elbow points up. Turn your chest to the side of the mat. Release your fingertips down. Wide-legged forward fold. Adjust your feet so the big toes are in line. Our toes are now turning in slightly and the heels out. Right palm underneath your chest. Reach the chest out over the right fingertips. If you need to, bend the right knee a little bit. Again, you've got a rubber band in the right hand. Left hand will pull it across the chest and all the way up for a twist. So if you're going to bend the knees, that's totally okay. You can bend really deeply into the right knee as well. Staying here. Maybe some of you would like to take the twist a little deeper into the chest. You turn the left palm so it faces behind you. Bend the elbow, finding a half wrap. Left fingertips can reach towards right inner thigh or hip. And again, if you need to relax the neck, just look down. Roll your left shoulder back. Instead of sitting into that right hand, wrist, or shoulder, it's pushing the mat away. Last breath. Good, wherever you're at. Left hand will swim back down to the mat. Coming up onto fingertips, turn to face the back of your mat, pivoting your feet. So both feet are facing backwards, feet are hips distance apart. Reach the arms back behind you, pressing the palms towards each other. Lift your belly away from that front thigh. So the right leg should be the one in front, runner's lunge. Keep pressing the palms, pouring more weight into the right foot. Take flight, warrior three. Left leg drags and lifts. And just like we did on our bellies, even lift through the left heel, the back leg, and the chest. So the chest is not lifting higher than the leg, or vice versa. Press palms towards each other a bit more. Rise all the way up to standing. Left knee to your chest to reach the arms up. Left knee and hip in line. You can flex, point, or full point the left foot. Bend your elbows, cactus the arms. And if this is enough for the balance, stay right here. Pressing the mat away with your right foot, getting out of that right hip, lifting up. If you want a little bit more, you might start to twist to your left. So the left elbow goes back behind you, and maybe you even align the right elbow just above the left knee to hover. Maybe you look back. Whew. If you're hopping around on one foot, that's okay, just have fun with it. You're at home, you can use a wall or a couch to help you with the balance, all good. Good, if you twisted, unwind. Arms reach up. Can you send that left leg in front of you, lifting it as high as you can for 3, 2, I know guys, and 1. Left foot to the mat, swan dive the hands down. Drop the back of your neck. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold down on your exhale. Step your right foot to the back of the mat, lower the right knee down. We'll set up for pigeon pose on the left leg. So walk your left toes over behind the right wrist. Drop your left knee down. Behind the left wrist. Left knee is angled to the outside of the left hip. Let's keep the back toes tucked under for today's variation. If you've got that cushion or stack of books or a block, you can place it underneath your left hip if you need a bit more support. We don't want to be flopping over to the left. For most of us, that left hip is probably going to be lifted. Look over the right shoulder. We want the right heel to be pointing straight to the ceiling. Push back through the ball of the right foot. You can stay upright on fingertips. If you're already feeling that stretch quite strongly in that outer left hip, if you'd like to add a twist to it today, if there's no pain or sensation in that left knee, we'll bring the right forearm to the mat. The right fingertips are pointing to the left side of the mat. So that forearm is right underneath your chest. Left hand to left thigh. Press into the thigh and roll your left shoulder back. Ooh. Breathe. So a couple places you can take it to from here if you like. You might find a half bind. The left arm reaches behind you towards the big toe of the front foot. That's a big bind. If your left shoulder is not ready for it, no worries, you stay here. Maybe some of you going into quad stretch or hip flexor stretch, reach that left hand back and you might catch the pinky toe edge of the back foot again. But remember, staying right here on fingertips in your pigeon pose, supporting that left hip is also a lovely spot to work. All good either way. Breathe. Remember that breath is the anchor to the here and now, to the sensations in the body. Don't let the mind wander off of your mat. Be here, even though maybe it's a little intense. Good. Let's all walk the palms underneath the chest. Back toes are curled under already. We'll float the left leg up and back, three-legged down. I'll stretch it out. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Give it a few big circles to loosen it up. From here, either step the left foot down for your downward facing dog hold, or some of you take a vinyasa option to hover your left leg through your chaturanga. Remember, that's just an option, just a suggestion. We'll meet back in down dog. Let's take a big sigh here. In through the nose. Let some noise out of the mouth. We got this. Last side, right leg lifts. Bend the knee right away and open up the hip so the right knee points to the ceiling. Notice if you got left side heavy. Even weight in both hands, chest squares to the mat. Keep your right knee bent. Take it across to the left arm twist. Stay right here or send that right leg out straight so you're on the pinky toe to the right foot. Back heel flat, fall and triangle. Left arm lifts like side plank. Press into the right hand. Maybe some of you are lifting that right leg. But legs are heavy, so if it doesn't want to lift, don't sweat it. Left hand down if it was lifted, right leg straight up and back. Then step the foot between your hands. Little bend in the back knee, wide stance with your feet, rise the arms up. Whew. Should feel good to get off the hands. Right away, we'll bend the elbows, cactus the arms. With the breath, inhale, shoulders back, lift your chest. Exhale, closed around the upper back, palms and elbows press. Inhale, like a wave, breathe open. Exhale. Find the balance. One more inhale. Exhale. Spin the back heel flat, warrior two. Left hand back, right hand forward, straighten the front leg, our right leg for a moment. Getting out of the quad. Take the hands behind your head. Elbows press back. See if you can widen your stance just a little bit. Creepy crawling right toes forward. Then bend your right knee again to track it over the ankle. Here we go. The chest is squaring to the side of the mat. Inhale, lean back. Right elbow points to the ceiling. Exhale, lean forward, left elbow points to the ceiling. Again, inhale, reverse. Exhale, this modified version of side angle. Last time, inhale. Woo. Obliques, exhale. Turn all the way to the side of the mat, release your fingertips down, and even out the feet, toes in line. Turning in slightly. This time, left palm underneath your chest. If you need to bend both knees or just the left knee, reach your chest out over the fingertips so the back gets long. Take the elastic band that's in the left hand with your right and pull on it to open it across your chest and all the way up for your twist. Good, and we're not sinking our weight down into the left hand. We're lifting and pressing away. The left hand is helping to create this revolve in the chest. Maybe a half bind. If you did so on the first side, the right elbow bends and you're reaching behind you for the left thigh or low back. Maybe you're relaxing your head as you twist and looking down. Take another breath. Good, wherever you're at. Right arm will swim down to the mat. Come up onto fingertips and turn to face the front of the mat, pivoting your feet. Feet are hips distance apart. Reach the arms back. So right away you feel the belly working here, the legs working. Press the palms towards each other. And try not to push too much off the back foot. Find more of a drag and lift into your warrior three. Back leg lifts, straighten out the standing leg. Press palms towards each other again so we feel the triceps. Drop your right hip down. Kick back through that right heel. Breathe. Rise up to standing, lifting the right knee. Take the arms up. Right knee and hip in line. Find an action through the front foot, whether you're flexing, pointing, or floating it. Bend your elbows, cactus the arms. Stay right here, standing up and out of that left hip. Or slowly, slowly turn your chest over to the left. It's actually to the right. So the right elbow's back behind you, and maybe the left elbow is hovering over the right knee. Good. You might even test the balance and look back behind you. Nice. Unwind slowly. If you were twisting, arms up, extend that right leg in front of you, flexing the foot, lifting it as high as you can for 3. 2. And right foot down on 1. Swan dive, both hands down to the mat. Half lift, inhale. Folding down, exhale. Step your left foot to the back of the mat, lower your left knee down, pigeon pose on the right side. Right foot walks over behind the left wrist, then you drop the right knee behind the right wrist. Find an angle that's comfortable for that right knee with the shin bone. Maybe a blanket, books, a cushion is underneath the right hip. We're keeping the back toes tucked under. Look over your left shoulder. Left heel is pointing straight towards the ceiling. Press back through that left heel, drop down through the left hip. Staying here, again, if you'd like to explore a twist, if there's no issues with that right knee, if you feel like you want a bit more sensation on the hip, we'll bring the left forearm to the mat, elbow under shoulder, left fingertips are pointing to the right side of the mat, right hand to right thigh, don't press into the knee, the thigh, roll the shoulder back. It's not a huge revolve, but you should feel something more in that right hip. You can stay right here. Some of you maybe are reaching the right hand behind you for that half bind towards the left hip, or even that big toe of the front foot. Some of you maybe prefer to get deeper into hips and quads, and you're curling the back foot and catching the pinky toe to the back foot. The parts of your body that are connecting with the mat are pressing and lifting rather than sinking. Steady the breath. Good. Unwind, everyone. Palms right underneath your chest, shoulders over wrists. Lift the right leg up and back for a 3-legged down dog right away. Open up the hip. Circle that out a couple times. Optional vinyasa from here. Stepping the right foot down, you can press forward into your plank. You can also just hold your down dog and jog it out. Some of you might be taking your 3-legged vinyasa, lifting the right leg up. When you're back in your downward facing dog, let's all lower the knees to the mat. Sitting on our shin bones, roll up the spine for a moment. You can go ahead and grab some water. So, last little bit of work here, guys. A couple options. We will prep for an inversion, or there's an option for an inversion. So the prep today is going to be our dolphin pose. In a minute, I'll turn around so I'm facing the opposite way. But we'll all bring the elbows down to the mat and reach for opposite elbows here down on the mat. So measuring out your shoulder distance apart. Then take the hands forward, creating this triangle shape between the forearms. Interlace the fingers and press your palms together. There's going to be a pinky finger that's on the bottom. Tuck it into the palms. We don't want to squish it. Press through the forearms, the pinky edges of the hands. Tuck your toes. For dolphin pose, we're going to drop our head to look back at our knees and see if you can lift your butt off the mat. And you might need to walk your feet back for a moment to try that. Then walk the toes in, letting the head relax, and we'll hold here. Now for inverters, I'm going to set up the opposite way. your bound headstand, your Shirsasana, with an option maybe to take it to a twist. And that's only if you're really comfortable getting upside down. So set it up the same way. Crown of the head comes down, walk it in. One knee to your chest at a time. Now take your time coming up onto the tiptoes of the opposite foot till both knees are into your chest. Pause, belly in, ribs in. Can you lift the heels so they're over your butt? So now we're not compressing the knees to the chest. This is a lot. You can hold here. Maybe some of you, see if you can twist your knees to the left. Keep breathing. Come back through center. Can you twist your knees to the right? Woo! Come through center. Try it one more time to the left. Whoa! Maybe you come down. Come through center to your right. Good. Everyone, whatever you're working on, knees to the mat. Roll up the spine again, coming to seated on our shin bones. Good job. Whatever variation you're working, dolphin, headstand, it's all really, really challenging. Let's stretch it out a little bit. Take the hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Press the palms. Just rest the thumbs to your low back for a moment. Squeeze the elbows towards each other to open up across the chest. And let's keep a little bend in our elbows. Bring the chin to your chest. And just take semicircles of the head from side to side. Nice, lift your head through center. Release the grip of your arms, roll the shoulders out. Sit off to your favorite side. And take the legs out in front of you. Good, just a little bit of time left to finish off with some stretches. Keep the left leg extending forward. A variation of Janu Shirshasana today, we'll take it with a side bend. So bend your right knee, sole of the right foot to the left inner thigh, open the right knee out. You might be sitting up on your cushion here, and instead of facing forward to 12 o'clock in the mat, we're going to turn to face 3 o'clock. So open up more to the side of the mat, so your right knee is pointing to 3 o'clock, your chest is pointing to 3 o'clock. 12 o'clock is the top of the mat. Left fingertips to the inside of the left leg or onto your cushion if that's hard to reach or blocks. Right arm up. Take the right hand behind your head again towards the left ear. Press your head back and lean over towards the front foot. So it's not about how close you're getting to this left leg. We want to keep the chest opening up towards the ceiling, the right elbow pointing towards the ceiling. You can creepy crawl the left fingertips forward if that feels good. Just like our seated side bends that we began with, keep the right hip heavy, the right knee is pressing down. This is definitely in my top 10 stretches. Should feel it along the side body, wrapping around to the low back on the right side. Last breath. Slowly roll it back up. Turn to face the front of the mat again. Right knee points towards the ceiling. The foot is nice and close towards the hip. Take the right fingertips behind the low back. The left arm will hug the front of the right knee. Sit up tall for a seated twist. Inhale. Exhale, turn to look over the right shoulder. And there's a few different variations you can work here. If you know a different one that you enjoy, like crossing over the leg or taking elbow to the outside of the knee, go for it. I'm going to take it nice and easy today. Hugging the knee, so I'm compressing the right knee into my chest and trying to bring the left ribs towards the right leg. Lots of space between the right shoulder and the right ear. Good, and go ahead and release, guys. Take your right leg forward. Bend your left knee, second side. Open the left knee out to the left side. Sole of the left foot to the right inner thigh. And again, instead of facing the front of the mat, we'll turn to face now about 9 o'clock. Or 10 o'clock. Take the right arm to the inside of the right leg on fingertips or on a book or your cushion. Left hand behind the head like you're reaching it towards the right ear. Then press the left elbow back so it points towards the ceiling. Start to lean over towards the front foot. You can crawl the right hand forward a little bit. Maybe the elbow comes down, maybe it doesn't. But we don't want to square off our chest towards the mat and lose that beautiful length and space we're creating on the left side. So if you need to stay lifted, stay lifted. And breathe. Feeling feeling the ribs on your left side fill up, expand with the breath. Good. Slow roll back up. Turn to face the front of your mat again. Scoot that left hip forward a bit. Left knee points to the ceiling. You can be sitting on your cushion for this one, so try to get the spine as upright as you can. There maybe is a little bend in the right knee as well. That's okay. Left fingertips behind the low back. Right elbow will scoop the left knee into the chest. Sit up tall. Inhale. Exhale. Turn to look back over the left shoulder, down with the left fingertips. And again, if you're working with a different variation on the first side, let's try to find the same variation on this side. Watch how close the left ear is to the left shoulder. So roll that left shoulder back. Good, and release. Looking forward, both legs out in front of you. Let's go ahead and bend our knees. So our final pose here before we make our way down to our backs, Paschimottanasana, forward fold. So starting with knees bent here, toes pointing to the ceiling, feet about hips width apart. We want to really create that fold from that tilting of the pelvis forward rather than rounding the back. So bend the knees, lift the arms up, inhaling. Exhale to take the belly towards your thighs, the knees towards your armpits, and catch the pinky edges of the feet. Relax the head just between the legs. And then maybe you start to work the feet forward a little bit. Just depending on how open hamstrings are. But really it's not about the hamstring stretch. We want to stretch evenly across the low back. Just to make sure we're not over-rounding the upper back. Think cobra pose with the chest. So you can reach the chest forward a little bit more even if the head's relaxed. Pull the shoulders back. One more deep breath. Releasing the feet. Roll up the spine. Shift your butt forward. Reach the arms out in front of you and slowly, slowly roll down to your backs for your Shavasana. Head and shoulders come down, the arms open by your sides. Maybe you'd like to take Shavasana with bent knees. You might prefer the legs stretching out in front of you. Get comfortable on your backs. Close your eyes. Try again to relax the forehead, your cheeks, your jaw. Give yourself the permission for the next couple minutes just to do nothing, even if it feels like you've been doing a lot of nothing recently. This is a different kind of stillness. Feel the firm ground beneath you coming up to support your body. Give yourself over to your Shavasana, your rest. I encourage you to stay here a little bit longer so that you can really take the time to finish off your practice with a bit of quiet meditation, letting the body soak up the benefits of all your movement, of your breath, letting everything settle. It was my pleasure to guide you today in your practice. It was my pleasure to connect with you via this amazing platform we have. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Namaste. Thank you so much again, everybody out there. I hope you enjoy the remainder of this long weekend, whatever you might be celebrating, whether it's Easter, Passover. Thank you guys. Whether you're just celebrating the fact that you made it to the mat today, that you've got this healthy body and you made it through the practice, it's all good. Thank you, everybody. So just a quick reminder for Open and Twist Flow next week. It'll be at 12 p.m. on Sunday, and I'll be seeing you guys on Zoom. Please send me a message or Yoga Tree a message if you have any questions. Thank you guys, about how to sign up for this. So there's lots of various ways to sign up. There's some details on the Yoga Tree account. It's pretty simple. You just head to MindBody or to the Yoga Tree app and register for the class, and you'll be sent an invite to our Zoom class. So if you have any requests for that class, please let me know. Thank you, everybody. Questions, comments? Thanks, guys. Aw, I love all the heart bubbles that are flying up. Hopefully you guys are all taking that extra couple minutes in your Shavasana right now, and that's why everyone's really quiet with the comments. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and hopefully I'll see you next Sunday at 12 p.m. Bye.